Hey guys, it's Mike here, and before the video begins, I want to tell you about my new channel, Laughingstock Cinema. On there, I talk about movies as well as live-action TV shows. And I do this in discussions, reviews, top lists, and theory videos. So if you're interested in hearing me discuss these topics, check out Laughingstock Cinema down below in the description as well as the end screen of this video. In Dragon Ball Super Episode 124, Gohan and Frieza teamed up to fight against Dispo, a member of the Pride Troopers. Although Dispo had the advantage, Gohan and Frieza devised a plan to defeat him by trapping him within a cage of energy. With Dispo cornered, Gohan nearly had him defeated, but at the last moment, Frieza's stamina gave out and the cage lifted. However, as Dispo looked ready to regain the advantage, Gohan grabbed him from behind. Frieza then blasted the two of them out of the ring and eliminated them. Now, in my most recent video, I discussed how I felt that Gohan's elimination was disappointing, as he could have been used for so much more. However, watching the episode and that scene in particular, there was another thought that went through my mind. What if Gohan and Frieza's plan didn't fail because of Frieza's stamina, but rather, what if it was because Frieza intentionally lowered his cage? And what if this was all a part of a plan by Frieza to betray Gohan? However, at first, I thought it could just be a fleeting thought, and there's likely not that much to this. However, after the episode aired, I continued to see people asking the same question on Twitter and in my own YouTube comments. So as a result, I'm going to examine the evidence to see if there's any merit to this theory. Now first off, let's get the obvious out of the way. When Dispo had Frieza on the ropes and was nearly about to eliminate him, Gohan interfered and saved Frieza. It was after this point that Frieza seemed pleasantly surprised Gohan had come to his aid. However, it was also at this point that Frieza gave Gohan a sort of warning, by saying, "Are you sure about helping me? I might betray you for real this time." Now Gohan quickly responded by saying that he would eliminate Frieza himself if Frieza tried it, and after that it seemed to move on. Now flash forward to when Gohan executes his plan on Dispo. Dispo had Gohan and Frieza at a disadvantage, and stopping his movements is the only way for Gohan to gain the upper hand, as in a straight up brawl he has the advantage. However, actually stopping Dispo's movements was entirely Frieza's job, while Gohan's was to finish off Dispo after the cage went up. Now during this fight between the two, Frieza was clearly showing the signs of strain and concern. In fact, he told Gohan that he needed to hurry up and defeat Dispo, as he couldn't hold the attack for much longer. And as we see, Frieza is nearly about to collapse to his knees from exhaustion. It wasn't long after this that when Gohan was about to win with his final punch, the cage fell. And as we see, Frieza drops to one knee, which is consistent with what we saw in his previous scene. It is interesting that Frieza's dialogue says that he lost his grip, which is similar to when he says his hand or foot slipped while attacking Goku or others, but it could just be coincidental. Now after this is when Gohan grabs Dispo from behind and holds him in place. When this happens, Frieza laughs and says, "Oh ho ho, well done leader, this is indeed a wonderful plan." And as he fires the blast, Frieza appears to be very much enjoying this act. However, I think you can simply chalk this up to him taking pleasure in blasting an enemy as well as Goku's son. Now as far as stamina goes, it is interesting that Frieza stated to Goku that Golden Frieza is no longer a big stamina draining form like in Resurrection F, yet Frieza was incapable of holding his death beam cage for too long. But having constant death beams powerful enough to keep someone as strong as Dispo in place for an extended period of time would make sense to be consuming. And while it's odd that he can somehow still have the energy to blast Dispo and Gohan out of the ring, this is the same tournament where Goku has continually been low on stamina, yet turns Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken over and over and keeps getting stronger. So overall, I think the narrative is pointing toward Frieza lowering the cage because of stamina, rather than betraying Gohan. Also, Frieza had no way of knowing that Gohan could stop Dispo, and that he could defeat him after letting down the cage, so the plan wouldn't even make sense if he did this. And while Frieza is smiling gleefully and enjoying the fact that he can hurt Gohan and others. Frieza, after all, is a crazy person like the Joker who enjoys harming people and laughs while he does it. So I think we can just chalk this up to him being evil. Now, Super could always reveal this betrayal to be the case in some big twist, but right now the evidence isn't on its side. And like I said in my previous video, this will likely just go down as yet another disappointing elimination for an underutilized character on Team Universe 7.
Yeah, and you better subscribe, enable those damn notifications.